Who was that? The Shanna, that's you?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Some people be trying to call me out. Like, wait a
okay.
minute.
Before we get started, I just want to tell y'all that I was on Red Note, right? And it's a Chinese man on there that's talking like Trump, and he basically saying he don't want us to come across the border.
Wait, what?
Build
That's
a wall so we won't come.
man, I bust all up through there. Let's say less.
Egg roll central.
They called us some refugees and said, "Don't come across the border." He trying to find some people to build the border. He want all the refugees from TikTok to come over.
That
I cried laughing.
that's all right. That's why I said, "What is red note?" Let me see what they talking about. You don't want us over there. It must be something we need to know.
It's a little, it's getting a little exciting over there.
See,
I just saw a post where somebody was like, you know, the YNs over there mad.
Everybody is really merging over there because the setup is kind of like TikTok. The only problem is they got the writing in Mandarin. So when you set it up, you have to do it from your phone because you won't be able to just read everything. But like when you go on to like the For You page and all of that, you're not gonna be able to read it. They saying like take a screenshot and go to Chat GTP and read it. Ain't nobody gonna do all of that.
no,
What?
That's
We
just
gotta be
doing too much.
translating.
Yeah, they want us to translate basically, and I'm not gonna do all of that. That's the only downside
I
to
don't
it.
want to go to no website, no app where they gonna keep
Exactly,
snatching it up like TikTok from the Chinese people again. Okay.
exactly, because that's exactly what's gonna happen.
because they just gonna
Now,
build us up just to let us back
mhm.
down.
Now fan base, I ain't gonna lie, fan base is boring. I don't know what they talking about,
Girl, and then I was
but
seeing like I was seeing some off the wall stuff over there. That might be Rob might enjoy it.
it literally had, it literally had. I don't know if
Wow.
they give you like a time frame to be on live, but it literally was like maybe 9 people on live, and then after that, it wasn't nobody else on live after that. So I'm like, do they give them a time limit or what? Yeah, it's
Well, can I just say I don't understand lemonade?
so
It's
lemonade
like
is like
Instagram to me.
Yeah, but I
Pinterest.
thought,
They said Pinterest. Some people say Pinterest.
oh, well, I don't like that. I already have Pinterest.
Me too.
Oh,
Listen,
because you know what?
I ain't downloading nothing else. I got Lemonade. I ain't downloading nothing else until I hear
Yeah,
them say
I'm not doing. I'm not downloading nothing else either. Cause if they don't take TikTok away, I'm deleting everything that I did download.
Well, did you see they said lemonade is owned by the people at TikTok, so it's gonna be down. It's gonna be taken away too.
well, they can take it, damn it. I don't want it
Yeah,
no.
because that
Well,
was
I guess you gotta catch them short videos on YouTube with me then.
Listen.
Coco, you didn't give us your YouTube so we can subscribe.
Yeah.
Cause baby, I ain't created one because I'm scared. I don't know what's going on right now with YouTube.
I'm
So
with
well.
you, Coco.
I just want to see
Now I'm
what TikTok
scared.
finna do before I do anything else. The only thing I done downloaded is Lemonade and Fanbase, and I'm like, D, I ain't downloading nothing else. Not even YouTube until I know.
I
No,
was
YouTube.
on.
I'm definitely gonna do that because I do want to grow my YouTube. But
Yeah,
I gotta see what TikTok got going on.
yeah.
Well, wait a minute, you guys. I went on this YouTube university class and they were talking about how to like grow your following and actually make money from YouTube. And you actually have to download it from your computer first so that YouTube can recognize you and actually push you out. I
Girl,
did learn that much.
I ain't got time. It's too much. It's too goddamn much.
Yeah. But like just doing it from your phone, like downloading all the information down to your phone, that makes your process go slower.
Well, easy peasy. I ain't doing it. There you go.
Oh,
I better text me. I watch y'all stuff, but I ain't. I'm not trying to create no YouTube channel. It's already been a chore trying to post a video a day. I ain't got time. I genuinely don't have the time. I watch y'all and support y'all though, for sure. But I'm not doing this crap no more. CC done got the last of me. I ain't even joking. Tired of it.
I look, I ain't mad at you because it sure done sent me in a tizzy. Just when I start getting my life together over here,
Mm-hmm.
I can't even get myself together.
I've been arguing
I
with
start
people for
making
the
money. They
last
around here
3
threatening to
days.
take it away.
Yeah, I got my first payout, and then now,
Girl, cause listen, I was bugging Chi and tell about getting my little $200 something dollars.
look, okay, I had a fraction of that, and was like, okay, do I need to email somebody? What's the what? But yeah, it's disappointing. I'm still holding out hope. I think something gonna come through and something.
I was on Smack Live before I came live, and somebody said that they should have an answer on the 15th or something like that. So we'll see.
What did you see
The
the
day
guy that
before
made
it's supposed to shut down.
We just gonna pray and touch and agree and hope that they let us keep
Amen.
pushing. Amen.
Well, I did see the guy that works for TikTok, and he says TikTok is banned in other countries, but if you have the app downloaded, you can still see it. Just don't make updates on it.
What?
Oh, what's the purpose?
Exactly.
Oh, I don't know, but I guess because
Them
we get
updates, man.
other news that other people don't get. Like we only have our regular news stations, and they're all owned by the same company, so we're not getting all the world news that goes out and comes in. And that's the real reason why they want to get rid of TikTok is because of what we're finding out now.
Well, I need to ask them how I'm gonna get the rest of my money if they do shut down.
Really, because I still got transactions that's pending that ain't settled
Yep.
yet, and I don't care
Yeah,
if it is just about $5 or $6. I want all of it.
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw something that said till November or February 1st.
February 1st, them transactions be pending for 30 days.
Yes, they
Oh
do.
wow. Okay.
Up
Yeah,
to
and
90
depending on what
days.
they buying, yeah, depending on what they purchasing from you and what's the requirements, yeah, some of that be holding for 30 days.
Yes, they will hold it for 30 days just
Oh.
before a return.
Ooh,
Lord.
I've been arguing with them for 3 days now about stuff about the sample video already posted and somebody already purchased it, so I should be getting refunded. And they talking about it'll take 90 days for them to see it. And I said,
What?
how it you 90 days when I
90
see it?
days.
They bought it and it's been delivered. So pay me my damn
90
money.
days. 90
90
days
days.
and they gonna say they can't give it to you because in 90 days we might not even be here.
My point exactly. That's why I've been
That's
arguing. And
crazy.
it's another one where I was supposed to get it. They said it was delivered, didn't receive it. That one I just got my money back from.
Wow.
So yeah,
But it took
y'all
me
making up the
almost
little
two
90
days to
days.
get that. And
Welcome
then
in
they still wanted
everybody.
the partner. They still sent me a message and said, "Oh yeah, we're sorry that you didn't get your package. It looks like it was delivered." I said, "Listen, I'm not arguing with nobody
Hey,
else about what I
Marlene.
know I didn't receive. I didn't get it. You already refunded me the money. That's it. We done." So then they messaged back and said, "We'd still like to partner with you." I said, "No, thank you, not interested. Because if I didn't get it the first time, what made me think you're gonna send it to me and I get it the second time? I'm good."
Did you try Amazon?
No,
Okay.
it's on my list of things to do,
Okay.
but
Me and Chi was talking about that yesterday, redoing all our videos from over here to put them on our storefront, so we
mhm.
can get our Amazon life together.
Me and Amazon having a hard time with the storefront.
Yeah, it's a little rough because I don't know what I'm doing.
Aw.
But yeah. Okay, my rant's over. I'm done.
Okay. Well, Crystal, she is
You sound more like a concern instead of a rant.
Thank you.
But I,
Thank
you know,
um she is doing DoorDash, so she gonna come in when she can. So if you want to get started, we can.
Yeah.
It's kind of awkward because this one was like super fast and easy,
Mhm.
and it's like
I like how
you
you
did
just
it.
chime in when you weren't even on the last one.
Mm.
Amen.
Mm.
It's
Oh,
super
but
quick and
no,
easy, but you didn't
in
even
his
pop up on
defense,
me.
In his defense, last week
Well,
he was spending the day with his mother.
I
Oh.
I love
no.
He was being a mama's boy.
Oh.
Wow.
it.
I was not. What had happened was
Mm-hmm.
she said she was coming over with a friend. I
Hold
was like,
on, so I
okay.
couldn't take the phone off of mute fast enough. Okay, I'm going back on mute. You can finish, Rob. I'm sorry.
She said she was coming over with a friend. So I was like, okay. So me being me, I started straightening up. And I was like, dang, I wasn't expecting nobody. And then it didn't dawn on me till afterwards. And I was like, well, she said a friend. I don't know what type of friend. Does she mean one of her friends from church? Does she mean a male friend? Or is she trying to play this little hookup stuff? And I was like, oh, man. So I found out she had a little guy friend. I was like, oh, I'm happy.
Mm.
Then it's like he wanted to go out to dinner. And I was like, oh, okay. Then they was joking around, playing a little joke on me. But they tried to say basically they was finna get married. And I was like, oh, congratulations. And I felt weird because I was just like, I think they should have brought my sisters instead of me because I'm not like overly excited or nothing. It's like, oh, it's good for her.
Oh,
And it's like, well, we just playing. I was like, oh, well, still congratulations. And it got a little funny because it was like, I could tell you're a steak eater. And I was like, actually, I really don't like steak. He was like, fish. I was like, I don't even eat fish. Like,
why are you so? Oh, you did. Oh,
I'm not difficult. It's like he assuming a whole lot of
You
stuff.
could have just humored the man and
He
just
should
said,
Yeah,
have
I
just
know.
said egg
But I
rolls.
don't
Egg
eat it. Well,
rolls.
how am I human something I don't eat?
but why you had to
You
be
see what
so
I'm
dry with it? I bet you was
I
super
wasn't
dry.
did.
It sounded like it in the story. It sounded.
It
I,
sounded like he
the
wanted to
spice,
say, I really
I
just want
already
my
know.
mama to myself.
The spice was on 10. I already know.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't. I'm happy for her because I look at her like
Mm,
if she got some man, I feel like as her son, I don't have to do a lot of things like I am her man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
mm-mm.
hey, I'm happy for it. Like once
Yeah.
again, I'm back to saving money. Like, sure, you got her, she yours.
Boy.
That sounds
Ooh.
real
Dry,
stank.
like from Pinot
That's
Grigio.
not stink, y'all.
That's something you say to your woman, to another one. No,
Okay.
no, oh,
For
no.
real.
Y'all don't get it. When
Mm-mm.
you
You
are,
don't get it. You supposed to be happy, rejoicing. My mama got a man.
I'm happy for her, but I'm just not.
You don't sound like it.
I'm not extra with it like my sisters. I'm like, okay, that's cool, good. You supposed to been did
Mm-mm.
this. Like, shoot, stop bugging me.
Oh God.
Mm-mm.
It sounds like a chore more than
Yeah.
like a
Right.
congratulations. Good God.
Man,
It's all
I
right.
don't know.
It's all
People
right.
don't understand. It's difficult for us
I hope my
good
sons don't ever
black
do this to
sons
me.
in the community.
I hope my
The
sons don't ever
community.
do this to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Right.
What happened?
I'm just listening.
Oh my god.
And I was agreeing with Chantel. I hope her son don't do that to her. That's it.
Well, this is the thing, though. I think it depends on how late the parents start trying to date. Because it's like the later they start trying to date, the more they in your business.
Mm.
See? So if they start dating sooner, y'all bond stays cool and neutral because she ain't doing too much. Because it's like if I'm so invested in a way where I'm allowing my mom to dictate stuff, then I'm a mother's boy. So it's like, what do you call it when your mother is acting like that in reference to the child? Overbearing, doing too much. See, this don't be said.
I don't know what you want us to say after what you said.
I see now y'all quiet, but at first I was dry, I was spicy. See what I'm saying? I tell you,
I said, I don't know what
it's
you
a
want us to
catch
say
20
after what
because
you said previously.
it's a catch 22 for us.
And
Like
we still
everything
don't.
is fine as long as we quiet. Because it's like, boy, but I'm not a quiet person.
Okay.
All
Because
right.
my mom tried to do that too. She was trying to grab me by my arm and was like, "You could have said I'm being myself. Like that's your nigga. Like I'm cool. Like I was like,
Wow.
oh
Hmm.
my lordy."
I
Because
wonder
she
what
think I'm
kind of
being mean and I'm not.
I
I'm
wonder
just
what kind
like,
of impression you made on him. Well, what kind of impression did he make on you? Let's start there.
mm, I was just looking at them like being happy together. Like that's cool.
Mm.
As long as she happy, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Right. Like
As long as
shoot,
he
they got
feel
nothing.
right.
Right. Right.
Whew.
Simple. Y'all is too.
I, listen, I'm just
I
taking.
feel like my mom want me to be more excited like my sisters, and I'm like, y'all be putting like your happiness attached to a person. That'd be the problem. And I'm like, I know how to be happy by myself, so it's like it's different for us. Cause it's like soon as they see a dude with a dude, and they think about all these different things, and I'm like,
Hmm.
like we're so different. Yep,
Gotcha.
it's
Okay.
weird.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
uh,
I felt like I haven't talked to y'all in ages, so I had to. My bad.
no, that's cool.
Oh, this is gonna be our last time on live
No, we're
together.
not saying it. We're not speaking that. We're not
We
speaking that.
not?
No, we're
Mm-mm.
not speaking that.
Mm-mm.
We carrying on business
We're
as
not.
usual.
But now we're not. We're not speaking that.
Well, can I
TikTok.
tell you guys this? I actually had saw this case on Peacock first,
Mhm.
and after I put it on the thing, and then I said, "Oh my god, I need to rewatch the Peacock one too." I'm so glad I did. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, it's been on a few things. I think. I know I watched this show, The Real Murders. What was it? Real Murders of
Of Atlanta, yeah, that's what I watched it on.
yeah, and that's where I remember first seeing it. But I didn't watch the whole episode. I just remembered seeing it, and I was like, "Dang, that's messed up." But now
Yeah.
that we are actually diving a little deeper into this, I was able to hear and look into it. But I guess y'all ready to start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, party people. So today we are discussing the case of the Honorable Judge Josephine Holmes Cook, who was unalived on October 16th, 1996, in her um, Cascade Heights, um, Atlanta home. And for those of you who are familiar or not familiar with Atlanta, Cascade Heights used to be sort of like a prominent area in Atlanta. A lot of, I guess, higher ups, or it was more of an upscale, like suburbs, I guess. A lot of powerful people kind of lived in that area, basically people with money. But this was back in the 90s. Now it's it's still fairly nice, but it's not what it was back then. Of course, that was almost 30 years ago, so things have changed now. But just kind of a little backstory on Judge Josephine Cook. She was born May 8th, 1947, in Leslie, Georgia. Um, that's where she was born, but she was reared or raised in Jacksonville, Florida. And from there, she went to college and got her undergrad in Jacksonville. I forget which school, but then she obtained her grad and her doctorates in Atlanta. And in Atlanta is where she met her husband, Ruben, and they had two children, Renee and Reynard. And that's also where she obtained her law degree and everything, of course. But her her story, typical, I guess. I won't call her a busybody, but she was definitely a woman on the move. She was into some of everything. She was an active member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She was heavy in her church. They talked about her being ambitious. She served on like the booster club for her kids' school. She was a part of the homeowners association. She was even a part of like a battered women's group. But the lady was in some of everything. She was often described as a woman of faith, dedicated and ambitious, as we could probably tell by just some of the things that I listed that she was a part of. But her story, well, it starts on October 16th, 1996, when the police received a phone call from Cook's neighbor, and they said that the son, came over kind of frantic, saying that something happened to his mom. And when police got there, they noticed, the floor was covered with blood. Blood was everywhere on the floor, on the walls, like all over the place. Like it just looked like a horrific murder scene. Now, that we'll just kind of put a pin in it right there. But a little bit about her marital life. She was married to, like I said, Ruben. Ruben was, I believe he was a truck driver. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but he was a truck driver. So he was like
Yes.
rarely there, always on the road. And like Rob said, the story was pretty short, and I didn't want to like blow through everything in 20 minutes. So I just kind of
Mm-hmm.
picked and like kind of picked apart a few things that I figured we could kind of dissect or spend a little more time on. But yeah, that was like hubby was on the road most of the time as a truck driver, and Judge Cook, she stayed home. And I didn't get a whole lot of information on the daughter. I assumed the daughter to be older just because they had grandchildren or a grandchild. And
I'm glad.
so,
I'm
uh,
glad you said that because I didn't even know that she had a daughter. Like I was like, did I miss that part? I didn't.
yeah,
I thought he was the only child.
yeah, they had another daughter, or had a daughter, Renee. And I assume Renee was out of the house, and it was just the mom, the dad, and Reynard, the 17-year-old son.
Okay.
Now, she was elected to the Supreme Court as like a judge, like a local judge, and she was up for reelection. Now, according to what the podcast said and what I read, she lost the election. She lost the reelection bid after they found that she improperly opened up her opponent's divorce documents that were sealed. So I think she was probably attempting to get dirt on her, or to find something that would, I say her, I don't know if it was a male or a female, but that would paint the opponent in a bad light. But it it's crazy to me because what her obituary said, and of course our obituaries are never going to make anything like paint us in a bad light unless somebody just really doesn't like you. But of course, she was a woman of God. She loved everybody. We love and we miss her. Wasn't a bad bone in her body or what. But according to her staff and people that worked for her, they often referred to her as stressed and mean spirited. So I just thought that was odd for people to point that out, about a judge, an honorable judge in her death. But that's neither here nor there. I just thought, that was strange. But back to her case, when they when the boy ran over to the neighbors and called, had her call 911, they sat him down in the house, and when the investigators showed up, they instantly assumed, just looking at the scene, with the naked eye, not, investigating anything, they automatically assumed that Judge Cook died by side sewer. They thought that this was self-inflicted and that she had done this to herself. Well, medical examiners quickly debunked that because of where her wound was. Like, her wound was to her back, and it was like in the back between her neck and shoulder area. So it couldn't have been self-inflicted. So once they saw that, now is a case of who done it. Now investigators are going, to work trying to figure out how this happened. Well, naturally, the first person they look at in cases like this is the spouse. So since the spouse is a truck driver and wasn't home, he was automatically ruled out because, okay, he wasn't even here. He wasn't even in the vicinity to do it. So Ruben was ruled out. So next, they started thinking, okay, well, she was a judge. So could there be anybody out there from her professional career that may have a problem with her? And so a few names came up. I believe there was a person, his name was Elijah. Elijah was in her courtroom for, I believe, I believe he unalived some people or something. I didn't get a lot on him, but all I do know,
I can tell you, he unalived 4 people. He shot them. He pumed them in the head, and so they assumed that it was him because of how she was trying to because I guess because she was the judge over the case.
Okay.
And so he was on the run. They found him in Los Angeles. He was happy to come back to Fulton County. I'm assuming that he felt like Fulton County jail was going to be way more better than Los Angeles jail. And so he was extradited back to Georgia and went to trial. So they assumed that it was him, but it wasn't him.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
So Elijah was ruled out. So, and here were a few things that the investigators found at the scene. When they arrived, they found a spent 9mm projectile, a 9mm casing, and of course, as mentioned, blood all over the place. There was blood leading from upstairs to downstairs. And also upstairs, I believe in Judge Cook's room, there was on her telephone keypad, it was blood. So it looked like she attempted to use the phone to call for help or to phone someone, but the phone was ripped out of the wall or disconnected to where she couldn't use it. So also, they discovered that Reynard's door had been forced open, whether it had been kicked open, rammed open, whatever the case, it was open. It was like forced open. And in his room, investigators found like a shoebox full of reefer and some baggies and a large sum of cash. So Reynard, coming from this, prominent household, he had a high standing mom. They were pretty well to do and everything, but the discovery of these drugs in his room, rugs, or however we derugs. And y'all, I'm never gonna get it. I'm sorry. And a large, sum of cash in his room led to questions. And so we then discover with these questions that Mr. Reynard, I guess he called himself wanting to be in them streets. So although he was, at this private school that his mom, worked hard to get him in, and your mom is a judge, for heaven's sake, here you are wanting to be in these streets. And that just didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But I know a lot of people like that. They just got this thing for the streets, and their upbringing really doesn't have anything to do with it. And it seems like that was Reynard, that was his thing. But something else that I wanted to kind of point out is Reynard was kicked out of two high schools prior to being in this private school. His grades were bad. He didn't really seem motivated. Like I said, he was more focused on, and he played football. He wasn't really focused on his academics as much as he was with the trees and the little baggies. But so at this point, now, since Reynard is really the only person who came in contact with his mom, or who they can actually place around her at the time of her demise, they start looking into him. So they go around asking family or friends, how was the relationship between Judge Cook and her son? And they get, this conclusion that it was pretty strange. Like, they had a tumultuous relationship because the mom was worried that, her son was going to do something stupid. And so she let that be known to, friends and everything. And so that was how she felt about Mr. Reynard. But they also, investigators, they went to interview some kids at his school. And some of the kids at the school told them that Mr. Reynard had bought a 9mm Glock pistol. And he paid $150 for it. And so they knew he had once had possession of the gun, whether he had it now, or not. But he did have possession of this pum at one point. So they go, and it's like, all right, they end up arresting him. So after they, arrested him, because they, like I said, they couldn't get any leads on anybody else. So then they turned their focus to the murder weapon, and the murder weapon in turn led them to, I'm sorry, I said the unaliving weapon, turned them to Mr. Reynard. Reynard said that he threw the pow away because something was wrong with the trigger. And that didn't matter because they locked his butt up. But so now they're asking him to recall. After he was arrested, he obtained counsel. His dad and his uncle, I believe, took him to get a lawyer. And so when he got to the station to give his recollection of what happened, his story changed. Originally, Reynard said that he went to school, which they did confirm. He went to school that day, even went to football practice. So he was gone technically from about 7 a.m. to after 6:30. I don't know what time he arrived at home. If somebody else knows, y'all can feel free to chime in. But when he got home, that's when he claimed to have found his mom laying on the floor in a pool of blood. And he ran up to her and cradled her and then went to his neighbor's home. So that was his original story. When he arrived at the station to give the new story, his story changed. His new story was, when I arrived home, there was a masked individual with a pow pow who told me and forced me to boom boom my mom. And so that's what he then said. So at this point, the police were like, "Oh no, we about to charge you. We're charging you with it was malice murder. I mean, yeah, felony M, aggravated, and a possession of a pum pum." And so those were the charges that he were faced with. And something else that I wanted to point out in this case was what made them look at him was when he gave the story originally about coming home, finding his mom, falling to the floor, grabbing her and cradling her. At that point, just from the description of the scene, we would have automatically assumed, or I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that he would have been covered in blood. Well, when he arrived to his neighbor's house, he was like clean. He was like completely clean and wasn't a drop of blood on him. And he was so clean to the point where, the neighbor allowed him to sit on the couch while they called 911 and waited for police and everything. Now, she said, "I have white furniture. If he would have came over here bloody, bro wouldn't have been sitting on my couch. He probably wouldn't have even gotten in the door." But considering he was clean at the time, his story and the neighbor's story didn't add up. And so that also sparked suspicion in investigators, and they arrested him. Well, Reynard pled not guilty. And his trial, it began about a little over a year later. Well, it was not a little over a year. It was close to 2 years almost. But the trial began in March 20th, 1998, as a matter of fact. And according to prosecution, according to the prosecution, they said that Judge Cook, bust her way in the room, and she told him he had to stop selling the trees or she was going to turn him in. Well, he didn't like that. And so in this fit of rage, he followed her into her room and unalived her, waited for her to expire, and then went right to school. Now, the defense, they tried to downplay the fact that there was this strife between Judge Cook and Reynard. They tried to make it seem like it wasn't as bad as people said it was. And at this point, it was time for Reynard to get on the stand. And Reynard got on that stand and showed his ASS. He didn't show any remorse for what he was being accused of. Even went as far as to say him and his mama was just playing when his door got kicked down or busted open. I don't know nobody to play like that in no house. I don't care if it's $1 million house or a $2,000 house. Ain't nobody just about to be kicking doors in playing. Not no mama especially, but the jury heard him. He was getting smart with people. Like, he was just wilding out on the stand. And even with all of that, it still took the jury over 20 hours to deliberate. So at this point, prosecution and the defense are getting a little antsy. And so the prosecution was like, "Okay, I tell you what, if Reynard admits guilt to murdering his mom, I mean, I keep saying it, to unaliving his mother, will reduce the charge to manslaughter, and also will make his time behind bars less than a year if he agrees to undergo counseling. Well, that was a that was a deal that anybody in their right mind probably would have taken. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'd have been like, okay, I did it, I'm sorry, forgive me or whatever. But his family, Reynard's family, basically told him he better not accept that deal. Don't take that deal. Otherwise, they not gonna F with him no more. They're not gonna mess with him anymore, and they will be done. And so he acquiesced. He actually turned it down. He was like, no. And so they were like, fine. And I think it was like not even more than 30 minutes after he turned down the deal, the jury came back with their verdict. Now, the jury found him not guilty on the account of the malice red rum, but he was found guilty on the other 3 charges. And that led to a life sentence. They handed him a life sentence without the possibility of parole. And so at this point, the whole crowd is in an uproar, primarily his family. They're falling out, rushing the podium, acting a fool. But later on, of course, everybody is still convinced that he is not guilty because they're probably still believing this story of him being forced by a masked individual to boom, boom, boom his mom. So everybody's still holding on to that because nobody can believe that this son would do that to his mom. Well, later on, I don't know exactly when, but I'm sure it was probably shortly after his original sentence. He wanted to appeal, and he wanted to appeal because when his appealing lawyers, when they went in, they discovered that it was a missing 911 call that prosecution had somehow, I guess, buried from evidence or didn't put out, where it was a woman's voice, and it was around 6:58 p.m. This was a call made to the police or to 911, and you could faintly hear a woman's voice, but like there were no words, like nothing was like saying, hey, come help me, somebody shot me, or anything like that. But with that, it obviously, or it wasn't enough to overturn or to cause for an appeal. So if I'm right, or if I can recall, Mr. Reynard is currently still behind bars, where it looks like he is still living out his life sentence. And that was all I had on that.
Great job. Okay, so when it comes to 911 call, the reason why I got thrown out was because they had an FBI specialist listen to it, and he said that it could have been anything.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's one more thing that I'm looking through my notes. Hold on.
She had multiple wounds, and she got shot in the back and in the front because it went through her forearm.
Yeah.
Didn't it go
And
through the forearm?
it did. Fun fact. And this trial happened a month after Tupac was unalive in 1966. I mean, in 1996. It's not a fun fact, but it's a fun fact.
I was just shocked when Tupac.
I did look up the school that she
Yeah.
had him in, that private school. It is nice and super expensive, even back then.
And he's super ungrateful.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Very
Because like
ungrateful.
right now, I want to say it's like 40,000 a year.
Yeah, she wanted nothing but the best for that boy.
To have a judge as a mom and you want to be in the streets, that's just crazy to me.
Right. It makes no sense.
No sense.
Like the Fresh Prince. No one thought of that.
Nope.
Rob, I'm actually glad you said something. I have a question since you and Chi are the Pum Pum specialist. It said that we
Uh-huh.
got Pum Pum for $150. Do Glocks go for that cheap?
No.
Well, this is the
They
thing.
don't?
Back
Okay.
then, the price, because it's like on the streets, it's gonna be way more. You could get one like legally, and it might run you anywhere from like 350 to up more, even like in the 500s. But when you're
It's
doing
a
it
Glock?
legal, yes,
No.
yes,
No.
yes,
So
No.
legal or illegally?
yes. Well, illegally is different because it's like um, they file off the serial number, and it's like sometimes it most likely might already got like a body on
And D?
I agree with that part.
Okay.
it. Because I'm like, she knows about it too. Don't be fooled.
I agree with that part. But
Amen.
you also got to keep in account of his history too. His history, what he was doing, he probably could get it for cheaper because of his
No, no,
extracurricular.
no, no.
You don't know he in Atlanta. You in Atlanta.
It's
Oh,
a lot.
sorry, my
It's a
fault.
lot cheaper in the South.
What county was it? Fulton County?
Fulton County. I was gonna get ready to touch on them next, but yeah, it was
Right.
Fulton
Oh,
County.
So Fulton
well,
County area, the and he was going to that little private school. You know, he defiant. He was probably one of the chosen people, and you know how the other people in that school like to look at you. He probably got it for cheap. You
I
won't
was
get
just
some.
about to say he probably got it for the low from one of them YT people at that private school.
Yep.
it's possible. It's possible.
Here's
But
my
it
question.
probably do have a body. It probably had a body on it for 150. I'm just saying.
Right,
Maybe
because it's like you're
maybe
trying to
even
get rid
cheaper.
of it fast.
Yep.
I have a question. Only because I didn't understand this and I kept looking it up and couldn't find it. But if she's a federal judge, why is he in state prison? I thought if you do something too
Because
serious
the other judge that
federal,
was over it was actually a black judge, and they thought he was probably giving him some type of leniency in the
but when
sake
you
of his mom.
when you harm a federal person, you're automatically it's a federal case.
Once again,
That-
Power Rangers.
oh my bad. Let me turn this thing down. I forgot.
Because they felt like he was probably doing that because of the remembrance of the mother. Like they spoke on it very briefly.
Yeah. Her position, with her being a judge or whatever, and that being her son, is probably not that many people in Fulton County that could represent because she probably, you know what I'm saying? Like in her
They probably
position.
knew everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a conflict of interest everywhere. Atlanta's
hmm
small. It's big, but it's small.
So my one question was, well, I had two. I'm wondering why the family felt like why they couldn't believe that it was him that had done it when all the signs pointed to the fact that it was him.
Probably because of his stature, though. So the mama,
He
they
wasn't. He was
already
a nobody. The mama was the one with the big, you know.
And I
But
know
I
the
guess
mama
her
done had a
coworkers read about it
conversation.
too. Like we don't know. Like we could only assume based off of what they said because they didn't really go into grave detail about like her mannerisms or whatever. To me, it just seemed like she was very much so into her job. She
Right.
also wanted the best for her son, but she also wasn't really paying that much detail into her son. And the
I got a
family
theory.
probably looking like outside looking in. She did put him in the best schools. He got the best, you know what I'm saying? His upbringing is great. They're not looking at anything else outside of, oh, he's an upstanding young man, not knowing
Well,
exactly what he's doing.
they did say that he wasn't even supposed to be in that school. She pulled some strings.
Especially with if his grades was as bad as they said they were.
Mm-hmm.
What's your theory, Rob?
My theory is there's a possibility the mom could have been messing with somebody and the son knew this. So it could have aided to him acting that type of way because it's like the father ain't even there. So it's like that could build some animosity between the two of them.
Oops.
You
So
done
then it's
turned
like
it.
a.
Ooh.
Now where you pull that from?
Oh, I was like, you done turned this into some Howard from Law and Order.
Where you pull that from?
Lord Judge Josephine was stepping out.
Right?
Well, the daddy wasn't there though. I mean, he really wasn't present.
Listen, please say allegedly.
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 No, because it's like if you think about it, something is still like doesn't make too much sense, and
We
it's
just
like
can't think he was just bad as hell and was just out
no,
here.
but
So I get
I
what you're
get
saying,
that,
Rob. I get what you're saying. I'm not
but
gonna say
it's
that
like
he was stepping out.
it's got to be something
Wait a
that'll make
minute.
you feel this type of way towards the parent. It ain't gonna just be something like that. Like that's gonna be an indifference, but this type of level, it has to be something more.
Okay, I
And it's
get
like,
what
think
you're
about it. He feeling like he the
Already
man of the house. Of course, you're gonna feel like you're the man in the house. Your father not there. But then if you think about it, like if you feel like you're the man of the house and your mama messing with some side dude, but your father is there, but not really like he's not an absent, or he's an absentee parent. So it's like,
Okay, but
you
why
know,
why go after the mom and not go after the side dude?
exactly.
because it's like you love your mom, but then it's like, can you imagine
You
your
can't love her
mom
that
is
much.
doing your father dirty like this, and it's like you the only one know about it, and it's
And
like
his daddy was
he's
a
not
truck
really
driver. He
there.
could have been. His daddy was a truck
He
driver.
could.
He could have
I
been a
understand.
lot
Wait,
with
wait,
it.
wait. This is the thing. This is the thing.
He could have
I
been out
understand
there
what
a
you're
lot
finna
with it.
say, but you got to think about what he's seeing. It's not about a possibility. If he's there and this is happening, this is what the son sees. While she's trying to tell me to be on the straight and narrow, and it's like you cheating on my dad.
I can see that.
You see what I'm saying?
I could see that.
I could
That's a
see
And
it.
it's like,
plausible theory.
Here's the problem with this. However, in hindsight, they did say that it was because she found the rugs in his room and she didn't want the
but
rugs in the house. And she said that she was gonna call the police on him.
true. But it's like at that point, it's not about scaring you. It's like imagine how angry you feel that your parent about to call the cops on you because they found some paraphernalia in the house, and this is the same house you don't witness your mom walking a dude in a robe that been in her room. Like, come on now.
You seen baby boy though. I'm just and this my it's I mean I get what you're saying. It's a possibility that that
It's a
could happen,
possibility. Not
but
saying it happened.
I feel
Allegedly.
like because she found the D rugs in his room, threatened to call the cops. This is not the first time that she's had this issue with him. She been probably riding him harder than the daggone cowboy on the back of a horse. You know what I'm saying? And he probably got
Yeah.
tired of it.
Yeah,
And when
The
they
only reason not the reason why I thought of this is because of how like the employees made it a point to try to say like, oh, she was like this, like, you know, not to give the impression of she was just this happy go lucky type of woman and all of this. Like she had a side to her and it's like,
Yeah.
interesting.
so in your mind you
Like,
think
don't believe.
so in your mind you thinking because she had a mean side to it that she could have had a cheating spirit too.
I'm not saying that, but I
he
do
said,
know
"Oh,
that there's
Jezebel spirit."
no. I'm not gonna say that, but what I do know
Gallivanting around the
is
courthouse.
Say it, Chantel.
there are a lot of women who feel like they're good women, and whatever they do in the dark, they would rather take that to the grave than let it be known and like keep that image that
Oh,
they got
Jesus.
going.
Yeah, now Rob, this
I
is a
mean,
real stretch. Like you stretch, you can stretch it.
Because we done
look,
turned
I ain't
this story.
saying
Like you are
I'm not saying
extremely
it's
Some
true
straight
stretching.
called
though.
her a floozy.
I'm
Right?
not saying it's true, but it's like
Floozy.
I know what it's like dealing with single mothers at times. So it's like what the kids don't see or what they think they don't see, it don't cause no harm. But if they happen to see and don't say nothing, you don't know what it may affect them in that type of manner.
You speaking from the man in the road situation.
Okay. And I
Oh,
want to know that when they found her, I want to know what went on because when they found her, and I forgot to mention it, she was wearing a re-elect Judge Cook T-shirt and her drawers.
That was it.
And that's weird too, because why would you unalive her while she's still in her underwear? And that's your mother.
she was in the room
Exactly.
first, remember? So she was upstairs in the room first, and he tried to do it while she was in bed. She crawled out of the bed on the floor down the steps to
And
the
see
bottom
now,
of the steps, and he watched her.
Rob is making me have a theory that I don't want to have, so I'm not even gonna speak
Mm.
on
Are you
it.
thinking of
Because I
Father
need to
May
know.
I already know
Yeah,
what
I don't even want to have. I don't see. I don't even
Oh
want
my
to even. Yeah, I
goodness.
don't even want to have a theory.
Look.
Because I want to
You thinking
know
of
I need to know the order of events because I'm not about to be arguing with my kid in my drawers. No.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Like she could have
How?
had a
right?
robe on, something. So it's
Right.
something about this sounds suspect.
Yeah, something about
See,
it does not sound right. The fact that she was in
full
her
circle.
underwear when she was unalive. Like,
Right,
was she
please.
coming out the restroom? But then in those type of houses, the restroom are normally inside the room. So yeah, I don't even want to go into that because I don't want to. I don't want to stretch. I don't want to reach.
No,
Right.
go ahead. This is how you come up with theories.
No.
No,
Come
we're
on,
we're coming up with
say I'm mine.
But
I don't know.
but wasn't this was like super early in the morning between 6:50 and 7:30
Mm-hmm.
before he went to school, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's could have been when the dude was leaving.
Oh, Jesus.
And Crystal, to
Mm.
answer your question from earlier when you said around the time that he made it home, if I'm not mistaken, they said that he would have made it home. She had been there for like 9.5 hours or something like that waiting.
The whole
So
day.
it would have been like around 4:35 is when he made it home.
But he went to
He went to
football
football
practice
practice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
and that was from 3:30 to 6.
Yeah.
So then it would have been more than 9 hours then.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I was like,
Whole
what
day.
what,
The
So that
police
means she would have been in the house for what? About a good, let's say,
about 12,
I'm
13.
too
12,
creative. I
13
don't know.
hours.
Yeah. And he was seen
Maybe.
at school and practice classes.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
what if he didn't do it and maybe he hired somebody to do it? Or
What
if
if
she
she?
Or
was cheating, maybe
maybe she was cheating with some of the people she probably got off
you're
from
right,
her
maybe
being a judge that's in that type of world
Oh
that be
my
doing
and
Lord.
they did
stuff.
it. Right. Okay. So you're right. Now I don't want, because
Speak your
you
mind.
don't want somebody innocent sitting, they've been sitting in jail all this time and it was a
You think
possibility.
Yes,
I think
but
fast forward
sometimes
say the
the
policy.
best crimes be the one where the evidence, without of a doubt or shadow of a doubt, points to
The
one person.
DNA,
It's like
the DNA
there's
evidence
no possibility.
only pointed to them three being in the house, her husband,
And
and
here
him.
was my
Right.
question was, how come he just didn't say what he did with his pum pum? That was number one. And then number two, like, let's just say somebody else was there.
Mm-hmm.
Is he sitting there because he's getting paid to sit there and he knows who did it?
He
Hmm.
did it.
I'm saying if he didn't though.
But
Right.
like, think about it like this: if the son did it, right, and it's like he's there because you know how like sometimes when you angry or upset with someone and you feel like you can never have that actual conversation. But then it's like in the moments of her passing or getting close to passing, he's probably like getting it off his chest.
While she's suffering on the floor, dying in
But
her
hold
blood.
on.
Because in his mind, technically, this is the only time she's going to listen. Because you
Mm-mm.
know how y'all parents is, y'all don't want to hear what we got to say if y'all trying to send us to the room or you say something else. Oh, I wish you would. So it's like,
Mm-mm. That's psychopathic.
I understand, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't do it. He did
Allegedly.
it.
Allegedly.
No.
Wait,
didn't
because
he confess? He confessed, didn't
no,
he?
he didn't.
Yes.
He
Yes, he
con.
did.
Wait, did he confess?
No, no,
Yeah,
no. That's right.
No,
No,
he
no.
he
confessed.
didn't confess.
He didn't
But
confess because if he would have confessed, he would
He
have
He would have
only
been
got
able
would
to
have
get
got
off.
that
did it for a
He
year and
didn't
then the
confess.
probation.
no,
But
I
he
thought
got he
he
was
would
found
have
guilty for all the
confessed
other
because
stuff.
he remember when he went back, he said he did that, but he did it to get against that person that had broke in
Right. Okay. Yeah, he did say that, which was dumb because
That
it made
was
him
the
sick.
the
arrest
second
part. But
time.
during the trial of conviction, and
So he done
that's
changed
why
the
the
story.
family, that's why the family was
Mm-hmm.
cheering him to not agree to him doing it if he didn't do it. And it's like he did it, but since he didn't agree to it, he was end up finding guilty on all the other accounts of things, like the gun possession and everything else.
But
And
this
then I
man
didn't.
sitting at his own mama funeral, like with no remorse, and it made the
Right.
people think something about it too because he don't have no type of reaction. Like this, the
Right.
person that gave life to
Cause
you.
who
You know
not
what I'm saying?
screaming and hollering all around that church trying to pull their mama up out the casket? I know I
Right.
am.
And the way his family bombarded that I can't even say it. I'm so mad.
Yep.
I know that. I know for a
That's
fact
right, dude.
they was hooping and hollering and all of that. Come on, man. At that woman, come on. And she a judge too? He's sitting up there like nothing.
Okay, so that part, that's where I'm like, because I've gone to lots of funerals, like family member funerals, and I'm not wanting to be emotional like that. Now, when I get home, I'm more emotional and I'm crying and all of that. So I can see that part.
But that was his
But this
mama.
is mom.
I know, but I
Yeah,
mean,
that was his
like,
mama.
Mama,
Yeah, I could see if it was like his auntie or a cousin or something, but it was his mama.
Rob,
Oh, it's my fault.
Hey,
hey,
Crystal.
Everybody,
Crystal.
howdy doody.
Hey, everybody. What it do, name twin?
What's going on?
But yeah, it just didn't like his reaction at the funeral and everything, especially if you going with this. Well, I guess that part hadn't come out yet, but if you even got in your mind that you gonna go with this
They
theory that somebody
positive.
made me unalive my mom, like you would be beside yourself. You wouldn't be able to. I mean, I don't know. Which he just supported, the defense's theory on their relationship. Like it was, they basically were beefing the whole time.
So basically, his mom was sounding like Ronald Isley.
Oh God, please.
Busted. Like when she went in his room.
okay, so here's my question because I don't understand the whole sentencing that he actually got. So he got life with the possibility of parole, but it says with 5 years time served. What does that mean? After 5 years, he can actually
He can
go
appeal
on
it.
parole or he can get out. What does
Well,
that
he has to
mean?
get approved for parole first. Like he has to go up against the parole board, and then I'm.
After 5 years, he can appeal the decision, or he
But
can.
you see how long he's been in there. It's 2025, and he's still
Yeah,
in there.
28 years, 29 years.
So
And how
that 5 years just goes towards the time.
and I don't understand how do they get life? How does a person get life and then you can get out even having life?
There you go.
Rather than some people, it doesn't have to say you get 5 plus 25.
He might be able to get off from good behavior.
But
Mm,
isn't life like life? You're there.
It's 20. I think it's 25 years. You said what? Oh, depending on the state. See, I got a law
yeah.
person up in here.
Okay.
I don't be trying to drag
Speak on it.
these. But yeah, it depends on the state. Yeah. Oh my God, this.
This is Atlanta we're talking about.
Do you know positive self-talk?
Right. And this is Fulton County, and a lot goes down in Fulton
Yeah,
County.
have you
I
seen these
mean,
last
hey,
trials that
Do
got
you?
dismissed?
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I honestly, he probably, yeah, nah. Bloop,
That's funny.
bloop. She got a point. I, but I can't imagine. I just can't imagine somebody just like my mama might make me mad, but I don't see myself up in the fire on her.
I'm gonna roll my eyes. I'm gonna cuss under my breath, and I'm gonna go about my business.
Exactly.
I'm gonna talk to my sister about it. I'm gonna be like, let me tell you about your
Exactly.
mama.
Girl,
But
let me see what your mama did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
cause y'all know when you mad, they the other person mama. They
Right,
ain't
Other
that's
yours.
your
person,
mama.
mama.
Yeah.
Then we do the
Told
same
you.
thing.
Not that
See?
she did the other day. Let me tell you
See?
about your mama.
My theory, I told you.
I don't
Well,
know, but
Rob,
I don't think the lady was. I don't know. The whole in her underwear thing kind of got me. I got questions about that. Rob, you
Maybe she
just.
don't like letting go of things.
At least she's
But
regular.
why argue with him early in the morning in your
He wore
underwear?
a t-shirt. What
Cause
happened?
I don't
she
really think
probably
it was
heard
an
him
argument
rummaging
though.
and stuff, and that's when she busted him by busting into his room.
I don't think it
That's
was
why
an
I said
argument. I don't think they argue. I think
I
he
think it's
felt
one of
like
those
it was
things like,
correct.
when the parents knock on the door, like, what are you doing? Unlock the door. Like, I'm getting dressed. Unlock your door.
I
And then
don't
it's
think she
like,
did that either. I
Mm-mm.
don't think she did that either because who was telling the story? Her son, right?
mm-hmm.
We don't know whether she bust the door down or not. Hell, he just like he took her life or
Cause
stood there and watched
she
her
could have
life
probably
go
locked him
to the
out of there.
end.
She probably could have said, "You think you gonna sell drugs in here? You won't get back in that room." And he probably
But
bust the door open, like, "Let me in
mhm,
my room." I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking of
he
something some
probably
bad
I
kids
don't
might
think
do
that conversation ever happened, honestly, because he the one that told the story. I don't think they had that conversation. I just think he kicked in his own door and made
to
up that
stage
story.
it to look like a.
Right.
But why would you attempt that? You ain't removed none of the D rugs. You ain't removed none of the money. Her Rolex.
The same
But
reason why he just stepped over her and went to school.
oh Jesus.
He
he
just
could have been under the influence.
Or he probably thought he was smart, just like he was trying to be smart not to take the first deal. Thought he was smart by making it seem like somebody else had busted in the house and did what they did.
Him
Because
not taking the
No,
first
I
deal
think
wasn't on him. Him not taking the first deal was on his
that was the
family wanting to
family.
disown him. And I think he should have a year. Like, come on, you really
they would have just
probably
had
could
to
have got
disown
time
me.
served.
Okay.
I find another family somewhere.
It was the grandmother who was saying, you're not gonna take that deal. We are gonna fight. We believe in God. God's got us. She was tarrying with
You a
him.
lie? I'm gonna keep telling you. I'm telling you.
That's what that judge said. You a lie. Or that
Where you
jury.
been? Talk to me.
But yeah, I think he was not bright at all.
But
If this
wasn't he
was a
only like
plan,
17?
yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
he wasn't bright because
So
those grades showed it.
it
yeah, and
sure
his
did.
brain cells were not fully mature to be even making decisions. And what my question is, what was wrong with his daddy that he didn't help him out to make decisions?
he was
Because he
working.
was living a double life.
Oh my
He was
God.
getting
Shut
them
up.
lot
Operating
lizards.
in the
He was
streets
It
picking them
makes
lot
sense.
lizards.
It makes
with
sense.
the lot lizards.
He's he's gone.
Yep, he was picking up
He's
them
doing
lot
his
lizards.
own thing, and she probably telling this to her son, but the son don't believe it because he don't see proof of it, like he's seeing proof of what the mom was
Oh
doing.
Jesus.
I
You
don't
see what
think
I'm
so.
saying?
I
That's
don't,
just a
Rob.
theory.
You're not gonna convince me that this lady was cheating in her house with her
Right.
son.
Why not? Because she feels like, think about it. She's more established. She's like an
I'm gonna
independent
tell you
woman with
why. I'm
him,
gonna tell
and
you
she's
why you're not
making
gonna
him go
convince
work,
me. I'm gonna tell you
even
why
though
you're not gonna
everything
convince me.
is. Go
The
ahead.
reason why you're not gonna convince me is because, like Crystal stated, she had dug up information on her opponent during their divorce, if I'm not mistaken,
Mm-hmm.
to use
Mm-hmm.
against her. If she was cheating, that would have came out in during the election run. That's why you're
Yep.
not going to convince me that she was cheating.
Not
They
not
did it to funny.
necessarily.
Yes,
Like
necessarily.
it,
In politics, you know how dirty they play.
I
That
know
was
how they do
Yeah.
in politics, but see, that's the thing. She could have been doing it close to home.
Oh.
come on, Rob. That was
Honestly,
Well, first, okay, I'm gonna
this
say this.
girl
I'm gonna
is
say this. I'm
17
gonna say
years
this. I'm gonna say
old.
this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this one little thing. Do anybody have a pet cat?
Hell
and
yeah.
do
No.
Have you ever seen a mate?
don't want to see it.
I believe
Have you? No, just listen. Have you ever seen a mate?
Mm-mm.
Now, this is in reference how they say when women cheat. Just because you don't see it, doesn't
Oh,
mean it never happened.
Oh boy,
I'm mad y'all
I'm
even
so
didn't say
done.
it.
I'm so
I'm mad
done.
y'all
you
even
better
didn't
go
say it.
somewhere.
This one here.
Oh my no.
Thank
The
you,
fact
baby.
that you actually had us listening to this.
I'm mad
because
y'all
you
even
was being
indulged it.
quiet.
I'm mad y'all
It's
I knew
indulged
okay.
it.
he was coming with some
It's
bull.
just my theory. But
Bringing
I'm
the
just saying
baloney.
Okay, my
it's
thing
just a
is,
theory.
he's 17 years old, right? Super defiant. He was in this school. You don't know if he was listening to the other people in that school on how to do things because you know they like to plot, but they're not smart with their plotting ways either. The way that the timeline is he doing all of that before he went to school. He kicked in his own door. This is me thinking, right? I believe he kicked in his own door. He snatched out that phone cord on his own because he thought he knew what he was doing from listening to some of them classmates that he was around at this freaking prestigious school that he was at. That's what I think. And it was poor planning on his part. And his lies started to catch up with him. And he was trying to like fish for stuff. Just
And
so
somebody told him, you'll be able to get off. You're a kid.
yeah, so
But
because
he
I
wasn't
don't, I
smart
don't think
enough,
he planned it right
right?
away.
And he wasn't smart enough to think like a real criminal. Like,
Yeah.
take the jewelry, take the rugs.
Right.
Oh,
Because here's the thing. How is it that everybody knows in your school that what you done went and bought? That right there. Nobody should know you
nobody
went
should
and
have
bought
known.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
You went to school thinking it was bad because you know you're at that private school and you probably one of us, the few of one of us that really wasn't taking it serious. So you got your friends thinking that you high and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And bragging to your friends about what you got, and you know they ain't your friends because they gonna tell and it's gonna spread.
And they sure did.
And again, we talking about Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. He ain't right.
Yeah, Rob, we're gonna debunk your theory unless you can come up with another one. I'm sorry. You just cannot make me believe that this lady is cheating. I'm sorry. If you can bring us
I
back some
mean,
proof, I'll take it. But I don't believe it because I feel like it would have came out during the re-election run.
This lady was relaxing in the comfort of her own home.
in
Maybe
her
she was the drug dealer.
t-shirt and
Oh,
her panties
oh my
on.
God.
Okay.
And
Found
don't
That's
out
how
he
lie.
you like it.
Did you say
there you
maybe
go.
she was a drug dealer?
Yeah, that's why she was upset that he had it in the house. It's like you never supposed to have a
Sorry.
product where you rest your head. Get rich or die trying.
Rob trying to turn this. I was gonna say he's trying to turn this into a
Yeah.
TV movie so bad.
Not the Tubi.
You trying to
Yeah,
turn
I
this
think
into
she was in the comfort of her own home. She was sleeping because it happened in her room first.
mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
And she said, "Oh, what the?" And she tried to pick up the phone and call 911. And he
Yeah.
yanked the phone out the wall. And so she trying to get to the next
Yep.
nearest phone, which was
Wait, the
downstairs.
phone. See,
The phone cord. The phone cord.
exactly. Like I said, busted. See,
Shut up,
why
bro.
didn't you just pick up the phone and call me? See, it
She
makes
couldn't pick up the
sense.
phone and call nobody because it got ripped out the wall.
Yep.
What the heck is going on? No.
So yeah,
And she probably tried to get the other phone downstairs. But can you, just like they said, can you imagine going down your steps and you're suffering? Like what she was saying to him while he just walking down the steps behind her as she's slowly losing her life. Like, come on, bro.
he probably talking all kind of like, yeah, B, you thought you
Huh.
was finna take my, you was gonna call the police on me. I told you, because what did he tell the He told the neighbor or the friends that she's always in his business. She's in his business or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
And he don't realize he ain't got
Mhm.
no business without her.
So
And
Now
I
I
get
want to know, like,
closer to the
what the sister
stairway.
think.
All I hear.
Yeah, that's the person that they kept real quiet.
Rob.
I
Fresh,
wish,
really.
I wish I did.
I mean,
Scream.
the whole story, the way the story unfolded, just reminded me of like one of those mass unalivings and how it was playing. He acted just like one of them.
Hmm.
Mm, there you
But he
go.
didn't plan his outright. That was the only
No,
thing.
His
he think it
movements
through.
were the same though. You busting down your own room door, but you don't take your stash and the money to make it look like it was actually a robbery. You left it.
Right.
And then you show up after cradling your mom while she's already losing her life. You show up at somebody's door, supposedly clean as a whistle.
Hmm.
Like, did you
Like,
take a bath before you went over
My
there to
thing is, where did
Josephine?
he shower at to get clean?
oh,
Hmm.
probably.
Mm.
And
Or
then his
probably
close
never
Maybe
got
friends.
this was
dirty.
the three of them.
And see, they never did any kind. They didn't do any kind of like ballistics. Like they ain't say
Yeah.
if he had gunpowder residue on him, or anything like. It was almost like you would have thought they would have put a lot more effort
Effort.
into her case, considering she was a federal judge.
That's what happened when it's a BC.
Oh, Lord.
What? I said a BC.
I heard
But
what you said.
Yes, that means BLAK crime.
We
but
know that.
and that's unfortunate. Yeah, because
Remember, like Sam Cooke, it's like they put less effort into it. You know, it's
Right.
just he's gone, whatever. It's
I want to
he's
know
closing shut.
more about this reelection because she was trying to get the tea on sis or whoever
Right?
she
This
was
was a
trying to
piece
get.
off. Thank you,
Maybe she has
Peyton.
something to do with it. Ooh,
Well, you
mm,
know what? There's another theory.
payback.
Ask you a good one, but
Said, "Oh, you want to unseal my divorce? I got you."
Right?
what was in those divorce documents that made her want to unseal them?
Something
Hmm.
juicy.
Had to be.
Probably
I wanted to
messing
know.
with somebody else's man while married.
That's why I feel like if she was
Mm.
really having enough, if she was really
And then
serious,
she was like, "Oh,
she would have
So
I
told
know
why
how
her.
to
she
get
gonna
her
right?
back."
So why would she sweep around somebody else's door like that if she lived a
Mhm.
file? That's why I don't
But
really
she
believe.
probably did it. But then it's like maybe that was the lady reason for trying to get her back. She's like, "Oh, not only I'm gonna get her back, I'm gonna put it on her son." Oh,
So you
that's
saying
a
he might
double
have been
whammy.
praying?
Possible. And then it's like, look at they indifference. It just ties into it. You see what I'm saying? It helps out the other person because it's like they're not looking elsewhere outside of that. They're just looking inward.
I can get with the framing Rob, but I still have questions around if it really could have been him being framed.
Okay, Detective Tutuola.
Oh, you
Sound like
Well,
what's
this is
going
the
on with
thing.
this
This
jury?
like these two things. Think
yes,
about
Tutu.
the amount of blood and how is he clean, and if he did what he said he did, where are the clothes at? It's like you got the gun, the
Not only that,
Kimpu
they can't
missing.
find the gun. Right.
You got it missing, but it matched the description of the one he had. But then nobody actually has the weapon. And I was always told possession is 9/10 of the law. So
Amen.
it's like it was never recovered, but it's identical to what was used. And then it's like where the clothes at that's supposed to have like the deceased mother blood on it if he did what he said he did.
Because he didn't do what he said he did. That man walked over and went out the door and went to school. And then
But
went to
there's another
football
thing too.
practice.
There should be some type of trail of blood. Like as much as blood they claim it was, there
So,
should be some type of
in other
trail.
words,
Even
what?
if it wasn't on him, it should have been like a little marking of like on his shoe or something.
But
Like
hold on. In other
it's
words, what
a
D is saying is,
smudge.
hold on, Robert. What D is saying is he unalived her. He went to the shower, walked over her, and went to school.
Yep.
That's why it was nothing. It was nothing on him to say that he did anything to her because he did it first, took a shower, and then walked out the door and went to school.
He never
Y'all think
held
he
her.
did it?
He just
Y'all think he did it bucket naked?
I mean,
no.
she was in her underwear, but
It
you
was
know
in her
what? No.
underwear.
I mean,
No, I'm
hey,
saying the sun. Like if he did it butt naked, it makes more sense when you bathe yourself because there's absolutely gonna be no evidence on you. Because you
no,
have
he
on
was
no
in his
clothing.
boxes when he did it.
Yeah.
What if he was molested?
Okay.
By his mom?
Hey, now,
And
Deshanna,
that's
that's what I
why.
was
I'm
thinking.
sorry.
That's what I thought she was
No,
gonna
I'm
say. That's why I
Deshanna,
sorry.
said the
that
movie
is that is what I
Father
was
May I.
thinking, but I didn't want to.
Why
I didn't want
not?
to be
It's
like
a theory.
I didn't want to
I'm
do
just
that.
saying, think about it. She was
Try
in,
to get her
like,
son
I'm
that
sorry. I'm
wolf.
just not just gonna be naked in front of my child like that. Okay, I'm going
Right.
back on
Let
mute.
me mute.
Okay, so
Rob
Deshauna,
is
yes, that
tripping.
is what I was thinking when she said that she was in her underwear. I'm like, okay, well, why is she in her underwear and they're arguing? So yeah, and Rob, you're sick.
People do it. I don't do it, but it's a theory.
Cause yeah, I ain't about to be arguing with
Yeah.
my. That's why it goes. I believe I'm inclined to believe what D said. Like they weren't arguing. Like she
Yeah.
probably was in her room
And want his son.
laying down, laying down or something, or about to get up, get her day going. Cause it's probably 6 something in the morning at this point.
Father
And
gone.
We talking
she don't
about
have to be at the courthouse because she's not.
right.
She's
We
doing
talking
all her
about a
chores.
federal judge, so she probably got a morning routine every
Yeah.
morning that she
Mm-hmm.
does, especially if she
And
not
he
going
ain't
to
acting
stuff
right.
like that. But I don't think the argument happened the day that she was unalive. They may have been arguing, but I don't think it was the day she was unalive. I just think he just snapped.
Cause maybe she
Yep.
was getting dressed. She was about to get dressed or get in the shower or something. That maybe that's why she ain't had no pants on. I mean,
Or
Oh
she was
God.
upset that. Look, see,
Oh. Uh.
you think it, but you don't want to go there.
But the only
Because
problem with all of this is
I don't think that.
the only problem with all this is the fact that they said that because her like rigor mortis and all of that would have set in had she been there for like 12 hours and none of that had even happened yet. That's what makes me believe. Are they sure that it was him that did it?
cause that I mean, and then even like the time frame of them guessing around the time that she passed, like that was very vague. Like I'm like,
The
y'all
whole case to
saying,
me is vague. It's gaps everywhere. And the
yeah,
fact that we don't know her side just because she never got a chance to tell her side, even though
Right.
she tried to call for help. But the fact that we don't know what happened, it's just like a whole bunch of gaps. And we can only go off of what he said. And remember, he done changed his story at least
Three
two
times.
times already. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we don't know exactly what happened, but just based off of the evidence and him busting the door in, his age, him acting out, not wanting to do what he's supposed to do, even though she did everything in her power to make sure he had a nice upbringing. Like he was super defiant. I think he went to that school, got ideas after running his mouth. Everybody, of course, gonna know who his mama is.
Yeah, because if you say, all right, there ain't if you can't get
They
in,
gonna know. So I mean, I think
I'm putting this
it
short.
was poor planning on his
Yeah,
part.
it's of his face.
And he didn't think that all the evidence was going to get presented. And a lot of the evidence was probably thrown out just because of who she was and who he was.
Right.
yeah,
I honestly think that woman was in her bed sleeping, minding her own business.
and he came in there with the
And
shit.
he came in there because the easiest way, in order, because listen, the co-workers even said, like, she had some type of temper again, in her, some type of temperament. And the best way he probably can get her is when she was sleeping. Cause he know he can't face that one. Rob, what did you? What?
Oh my, sorry. I'm
I
Sorry.
making
mean,
chicken strips, so I'm mixing them
It
up. The
sounds like you
seasoning.
making hibachi.
right?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh
What?
God.
I don't eat Chinese food like that.
You know what hibachi is.
Get the hell out of their egg rolls, huh?
Right,
Mm-hmm.
but he be
You know
making. I
it.
mean, them egg rolls.
Amen. I sure
No.
does.
You can't pick and choose what part of the game you want to be in.
Okay.
He did. He did.
You know what?
I didn't think that this case would be one of those cases where I have more questions now than I have answers.
See,
Yeah, because Rob now opened up Pandora's box.
Pandora's
He
box.
did.
Now we all over here scratching our
because it's
heads.
just
I don't think
Well,
that it was
listen,
Rob.
it's
I
like
don't
my
believe
whole
it.
thing is like if he did it, which I'm not saying he didn't. It's just
It's messed up because he been in there
where's
for
the
a long
weapon?
time.
Like where's the real evidence other than him running his mouth?
Mm.
Because it's like think about it. The initial thinking that was him is because of how he wasn't acting towards other people at the funeral,
Mm-hmm.
which gave everybody the notion to look towards him. But it's like, where's the evidence? What does the evidence say? Like a real
Right.
detective is like, where does the evidence tell me?
Right. What does it lead you?
Like,
And
where's the weapon? What was the motive? Like, it's just,
if I would have been on a jury and I would have been thinking like this, it would have been reasonable doubt because I would have questions. I would want to know like there's
Not me.
other.
I do just like Uncle Ruckus. Guilty. Dang,
I,
he's guilty.
And then you know what? I was
Only
thinking
because
about.
Jordan,
I'm
that's
sitting here breaking
speculatory.
it down would be the reason why I would have reasonable doubt because Rob has put reasonable doubt in my head. So he would be that juror on the. He would be that juror that would make me have reasonable doubt.
Right,
See,
Rob. If
I would have
Rob
been the
was
one
on
that
the
got paid to do that.
defense, if he was on the defense, I probably would have been like, "Dang,
But then I would have one that got paid for it to do that.
Yeah, you would have been like juror number two.
Mm-hmm.
You see that movie? Oh, never mind.
Yep.
Never mind. Hey, it was
Yeah,
good
juror number
though.
two.
Then y'all would have been mad at me. We'd have been in that doggone courthouse.
That's
because
cool.
D would have been
I would
like,
have said,
because
But
I
that don't
won't
make sense
pander.
to me."
we would
I
have
won't
been. The
pander.
jury would have been out for some months because we would have been in there arguing.
Yep. I'm like, my order for lunch, I want panda. Give me the big platter. I want a side of fried rice, 2 things of orange chicken, and some egg rolls. Go ahead, everybody else.
We definitely know where you
Not
eat.
everybody else. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
my mama.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go on the
Give me,
big
no
plate.
food. Give me a sleeping bag and a pillow. We're gonna be here for a while because I don't believe it.
Okay, so did anyone find this really weird that he was able to tell them he knew where he got rid of the gun and, or I'm sorry, the pum
No,
pum,
I don't find that weird because
but
he
then they
said
never
the
took him
gun.
to it because they take prisoners with they be shanked up
Right.
and they take them out.
Right, because if he had done it, they would want the murder weapon so that they could test it for ballistics. And they didn't do that. That is another reason why it raises reasonable doubt. Why didn't you all take him to get the gun?
And the gun and the thing ain't still been found.
Whether it was jammed, it didn't work, or whatever the case may be, to
No, this is just a trigger. It needs to be oiled down.
either way it
Continue.
goes, to get him off, he should have said, okay, well I can take y'all to where I got rid of it.
And then the thing
Facts.
is, I feel like maybe one of the family members has it,
I don't think so. I
I
think
don't think that,
one of his YT classmates probably had it.
and they
but
probably still
Over
have
for
it.
you, bro.
even still though, if he didn't do it, wouldn't they give it up? Or
One of the
no?
family
Mm,
members?
No, whoever
No,
has it.
oh,
No,
no, because they so
they try to
influenced by
get in
wannabe
trouble.
street. They're so influenced by wannabe street.
we
And they're
talking
probably a
about
senator now. They're probably somewhere in
1800.
Congress,
That
and they're like,
that that weapon that weapon probably already been sold 35,000 times over.
It
By the
probably
time
Probably got used
it was
16,
already
13
sold.
times already.
hmm So even if he was able to tell him where it was at, it probably wasn't gonna be there.
When the
right.
last time you used this weapon?
About it
About a
now.
week ago, a week
This
ago.
thing probably got more fingerprints than a strip. You know what I'm saying? It.
Super Bowl, yes. Got you.
Yep. I honestly don't. I think he did. I think he was influenced by one of his YT classmates.
I'm not saying he didn't do it because I do think he did it, but I do feel like I do have doubts because Rob, thankfully, has given me alternatives to believe that something else could have happened. But I do believe he did it, and the reason why I do believe he did it because he changed his story more than once.
You know what I think?
No, we don't
It's,
want to.
it's possible
I'm just joking.
he had somebody with him when he did it.
I agree.
That would make a little
And they
bit
done
more
kept quiet
sense.
all this time.
Well,
So
I'm gonna say something to get in trouble. If you're smart, you ain't gonna say nothing.
Right, you're gonna
You
get
know
away
what?
with it.
You know what? It's like this. It's a phrase. There was a bird in the nest, a baby bird that couldn't fly. It kept singing, and the cat kept on circling the tree. One day, it fell out the tree and it landed in some dog poop.
What?
And the
Say that all
just
over.
yeah.
Say that all over.
don't
No,
say it.
no, don't
Anyway,
say it again. Don't say it over.
so the point, so the cat was still looking for it, but the cat was being cautious because the cat didn't want to get found out by the dog that was sleeping under the tree, but it was still trying to look for the bird. So the point of the whole story is, even when you in your neck up to some shit, you don't say nothing.
Yeah, if I would have been with him and I got away with it for all these years, I wouldn't have told
Exactly. Why
either.
would you? That's stupid. Guilty conscience is only for dummies.
Yeah, I wouldn't have told either.
So then
Right.
we need to see who's putting money on his books.
Nobody.
Facts.
Him.
Facts.
No, because if you know that I know that you were with him,
Thank
you're
you.
gonna put money on my books so I don't tell.
Good. See, thank you. That is very
I don't think
smart.
he was smart enough for all of that. Like you
No, but that's the
he
thing.
left
Cause
the
see,
rugs and
But
the
he done been
jewelry
in
in
there
the
long enough to
house.
get smart enough. I
No,
mean,
not
yes, but not
necessarily.
only that, if the white tee friend has the gun or also helped him commit this crime, and at this point he's probably better off now, so he might is financially helping him. See? Thank you, D.
he's just
And
telling his family and friends he was a good guy to me. He had my back.
all of
He
this,
protected me.
all of
Right.
this took place during re-election time. And
See?
Yeah.
And did the lady ever get hired that she had pulled up the documents and information about? See, pay attention to some of this stuff.
Right.
She got mentioned, and then that was left at that. But it's like, okay, after the passing of the judge, did that other lady ever try to be reelected? Did she win anything else, or was it just left where it was left at?
They didn't say who she was running up against. They
See
just
what I'm
said
saying? They leave
win.
out the crucial information.
Right. So is your new theory that the person that she was running up against is the person that did
I
it?
feel like that would be a better person to put it on, because it's like once you look into the case, it's a lot of holes and stuff that doesn't make sense. But it's like it got done very quickly. You see what I'm saying?
Right. No, I 100% agree that, again, I have more questions than answers because of you.
No problem.
And we will most definitely be all night in a jury room.
That's fine. Panda it is.
trying to tell you, y'all gonna be starving. Cause we ain't going nowhere.
We would most
We ain't gonna be
definitely have a
starving.
jury.
We ain't gonna be starving. They gonna give us lunch. Like this is the whole point of jury duty. I'm missing work for
Be up in
this.
there.
That's
Right.
cool.
Somebody gonna have
Like
to
the
convince me
episode,
otherwise.
like the episode of Martin.
$25 a day.
We'll be in there. And y'all forget y'all Hawaii.
You say he did it. I don't know.
Yep.
I would be the undecided juror.
But see, he didn't say he did it, because see, that was the thing. They said if he would have admitted that he did it, he would have got a smaller plea deal. But he didn't admit
He
it, and
didn't
then
turn around and say he did it. He said
but
that.
no. But see, this is the thing. If he would have admitted he did it, he would have been free. Because remember, that's why they said he would end up being not guilty, but then he ended up being guilty on the other counts of everything else and possession charge and all that other stuff. But it's like he should have just took the deal. He would have been free. But see, that's the thing. If the truth would have came out once he already been convicted, it's like they can't try you again for the same thing.
Double jeopardy.
So
Right.
exactly. Because if he would have found out the truth, then it's like it don't matter because you already admitted you took this plea deal, so it's done.
Yeah, because he was the only on Peacock. They said he would have got a year and 20 years probation.
And I rest my case, Your
20
Honor.
years probation is a long time to have to be dealing
But
with.
think about it. He's been in there for 29 years now.
Yes,
He
but
would have been
see,
on
even that
probation
by
by now.
itself, but see, that by itself even make you think about it. If he has that for so long, that's even more of a reason why I would look at the candidate that she got the dirt upon, because the more he's on probation, he stands more of a chance of getting in trouble and getting the full length of the actual sentence.
He crazy because I'd have been like, look, family, y'all just gonna have to disown me.
Because I'm not
Okay.
a year and then out, man. F them.
For
Right.
real.
You
'Cause
don't already
you could have
been
left and
here.
went to another state.
She gone. It ain't nothing we can do for her. I'm not sitting here for 25 years or for life or whatever the case may be. I'm not doing it.
They had the prosecution, the jury had the prosecution shook. They thought that they were really about to let this man off, so they came with a deal. I'd have been like, okay.
That is crazy.
It is.
I'm like, so I
I
wonder
don't
how
know if
his
that boy
family
had
feeling.
stuff saved up because he didn't take his own money. How much money did he actually have from doing
See,
his
Chantel?
extracurricular
He wasn't
activities?
making no real money off selling them dime bags.
We talking about
See,
Fulton
Chantel?
County. We talking about Fulton County.
What, Rob?
Not the
See what
dime.
happened when I be reading it?
When you be reading what?
The actual cases.
Yeah, right? Y'all, he actually did what he was supposed to do this time. Go on, Rob.
Wow, I did it other times
He
too.
messed us over on Sam Cook.
I was no, I was like, hey, I was in attendance
Mm.
because I was like, yeah, it don't make sense. There's like a lot of stuff. Like even now, I'm still thinking about it, and then it's like some people was like, oh, I heard you when you were doing that case about Sam Cooke, and I was like, stalkerish, but okay.
Was you even on it?
He was on it.
Yeah, because remember we was talking
He was
about
just
Big Bertha?
there.
Remember we was talking about Big Bertha, the one who was running the hotel.
Yeah.
And remember with the whole lady talking about some, oh, he was trying to grape me and all of this, but then it's like when you see the pictures of him, it's like, if you just left or you pum him, the way his face looked and all these, it's like, and his fingers, like, this don't make no
Oh yeah,
sense.
you was there for that one. You went there for
Exactly.
the
It was
my
for getting
bad.
Shamir when he wasn't in attendance for a month.
Yeah, that's because of the dinner party and stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Man.
I heard your theory on this one. I don't agree with you, but whatever.
I had two theories. But I had two
I know.
theories. So it's like you just erase the fact about the person that she put the dirt up on, like she just willy-nilly just left alone, just faded into the darkness, like nothing ever happened.
But I don't think somebody would want to unalive them because you want to pull their divorce record. I mean,
You would be, see, that's the thing.
what's
That's
in
the
those
thing.
divorce records that would make you want to unalive somebody?
If you found out that this wasn't actually the father and this is something you've been holding in, like just think about it for a second. Think of some of the things that, no, like real talk. Like think about some of the things that women would like prefer to take to their grave, and somebody else was to find it out and want to expose it, and it's like just to knock you out of the racing for an actual job. Like think about that, because it's like once it goes public, that's it. You can't undo it. You can't be unsaid, unheard. But it's like that's gonna mess up your family life just from you running for whatever the case may be, city councilman, judge, whatever. Then it's like this is not really your father. Then it's like, well, who is the father? Then it's like, nah, there's another
I was
mystery.
just going to say that that's probably would be the only thing that would make me not want something to come out.
Thank you. See,
Let's go to Maury.
and the case of the 19-year-old. Oh, yeah, around the back of the stage. Look at his nose. Look at his nose. Look at his eyes. You are not. Okay, look. I apologize to you as a woman. I didn't know. I thought you were. Like,
Look at Maury sitting up there talking about if you
it's
want,
okay.
if you really want to know,
It's okay.
we'll
You
help
can come back on
find it.
season 19, episode 41. We will help you. He will help
Have
you.
anybody else in mind?
Yeah, he doing all this while rubbing on your lower back. It's okay. It's okay.
Then the ninja
Well,
over there hollering, I told y'all. I told y'all.
it's okay. It's okay. Hey, can't you see she's over here hurting after she done lied to you for years?
Maury gonna have the nerve to tell them that's enough.
I know. That's what be killing. That'll be you're knocking me out the park. Can't you see she's over here hurting after been lying to you? No, I'm supposed to have some sympathy for her.
Dude up there cutting backflips and
Yep.
cartwheels.
Told you, man. They ain't loyal. Told you. And life is three things I've never seen: a faithful HO3, a vagina that had a pink slip, and a UFO.
HO3.
Okay.
A UFO.
A faithful
UFO.
HO3, a vagina with a pink slip, and a UFO. Them three things I ain't never seen. She's like, hey, don't you think she's over here hurting after she done made you think you was this child's father for 6 years? Calm down. Calm down. Are you right, Maury? My bad. It's okay. I'm gonna still give you the peppers for this month, but that's it. Hopefully you find the real father to the
God,
baby.
I'm mad you done reenacted the whole show.
This is Shanquelle. She's been here for 17 times with 34 different guys. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. But for real, I know somebody that went on Maury like 3 times
Right?
in real life. Yeah, they don't went
Like, at
on.
how many? At what point do you
Hey,
think?
twin.
Right. They be like, this is Wonder
Hey,
Bread.
T.
I'm sorry, y'all.
This
What
is
point do you think that it's just like enough is enough?
right. This is Miss Booty Bread.
What?
We call her Miss Booty Bread because it's like she's the piece of bread that everybody touched but never used to make a sandwich with.
That's
What?
the bread.
What part of the conversation?
That's the first piece of the bread in the loaf and the last piece of the bread because I don't touch it either.
You do touch it, but you only touch it to get
No,
to
I
the ones
don't.
behind
Get
you.
it out the way.
No, I don't. I start right in
Exactly.
the middle. I don't touch that
See?
piece of the bread.
I'm
I
sorry,
open
but
up
we're
that
here.
bread bag enough for me to dig right in the
It's
middle.
okay. It's okay. If you need help, we'll be here for you. We got another room that will put you up for a night for 2 more days. We need you to come back in 2 years for the We Still Haven't Found Them After 6 episodes edition. All right, you take care. Next time on Maury.
He's like, when it comes to the case of 3-year-old Jaquante, boo boo, you are not the
That's always got to
father.
be
I
okay.
like this. You know what? This is the funniest part that I love to hear. That always like just I be cracking up. No man, she ain't nothing but an HO3. She let everybody in the neighborhood, and then they be like, "So if it
Oh,
comes out, this is your child. Yeah, I'm gonna be there if it's mine." I'm like, but I thought she said you didn't do no with her. Like,
Right, right. You just sat up there and called her everything but the child of God. But if it's
my bad. I apologize. I
you just
apologize. I love how when they're right or when they're wrong, the way they talk is like bad.
yeah.
What I tell you? Didn't I say that was mine?
I told y'all that was my baby. I told y'all. They be up there pop locking and
See,
dropping. They be acting a
I like
fool.
I like some of the dude's confidence. She just trying to pin the baby on me because I look good. I got all this money. I got things going for myself. She like, you stay with your mama. You got a cutlass, and that's it. You work a 9 to 5 at the factory.
not a cutlass. My thing is, they up there like it's not a possibility that the baby can be theirs anyway. You know, you slept with the person, so
Exactly.
why are you carrying on like they the ugliest thing? right now, but they weren't ugly when you were sleeping with them. It's only when you think that the baby could potentially be yours.
Exactly.
Good
Like, get out
point,
of here.
Maury. This what happened, Maury. We was at a party, right? I had a couple of shots of the Casamigos, and from there, your boy was lit. So what happened? Happened when it happened. That's what happened.
He's like, we only slept together one time, Maury. We only slept together one time.
And sometimes that's all it takes is one time, DeMarco.
You know, Jaquavius, 7 seconds of your life cost you 7 years.
Not 7 seconds.
I just want to know one question from a man to another man. If this is your child, are you going to be the for sure, Maury? I got 3 other kids by 3 other women, and I take care of all of mine. I take care of all of mine.
Yeah, you definitely might have watched a few episodes.
In the case of 9
I
months
like the
old
one. I like.
Jayla, Tyrell,
like
you are
this.
not the father.
This is Cynthia. Cynthia has a very shocking confession that can tear up the family. Share with us, Cynthia. Oh my God, Marty, I don't even know how that happened. Me and my mom boyfriend been messing around for 4 years. What? Yes, and that's not even the first part, Marty. I think my 3-year-old son is his. Oh, wow.
Rob, you know
Wow.
showing off.
So you mean to tell me, it's like she just told
Going
you.
through the whole episode.
And that's not even the worst
Verbatim
part,
from beginning
Marty.
to end.
It gets worse. Yeah, she adopted me when I was only 4 years old, and I love her to death, and I didn't even remember that we used to have kids, and I'm in love with him.
I think Steve Wilkos had to be the craziest show.
No, he be having me laughing with that makeup on.
Who?
You're supposed to be a father.
Them subjects, I could handle some of them subject matters. I couldn't even watch some of them episodes.
You think you're a man? You think you're a man? Get out of my face. Get off my stage.
Rob, you sound just like him.
He sure do.
That is
Now,
big.
you remember he was originally on Jerry,
I was about to say, he was one of the bouncers on Jerry.
right? I like when they fight on there, it'd be funny because they always look at the security like, you ain't gonna jump in? Like, you never did that yet.
Steve be having some crazy shit on his show.
But the Jerry Springer was funny because it's like, I'd be like puzzled because I'm like, how do you not know that's a dude?
No, for real.
I want to tell you something. What? I was actually born a man. You for real? You for real?
I'm like, now wait a minute, y'all ain't
You
done.
a dude?
Y'all
You
ain't
never
done
noticed
hibbity
why I never let
dibbity.
you hit it from the back? I'm like, I'm like, you're so stupid. So stupid.
Then he want to try and fire on and want to try and swing on.
Right? And miss. Look, I was trying to be a woman to you, nigga, but I knocked you out. What is going on here?
Oh, the
You didn't know
original
that was...
from back in the day before Jerry got like super scripted. Them used to be so good.
Yeah. You a woman?
When them fights was like real fights.
But how?
Bleeding
How?
Man, yes. Chairs flying, like flying. Them used to be the good ones.
I used to like the Ricky Lake show.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Her and Sally
what about Jenny Jones?
Jesse Raphael.
And Jenny Jones,
Jenny
they
Jones.
ate, man, they ate down. I love those shows.
Y'all see how
What's the other one? What's the dude with the mustache?
Oh,
Gerardo. Gerardo.
Y'all see how y'all talking about all these old shows? That's how we're gonna be talking about TikTok in a couple of years.
Yep. We used to be on Alive and we talked about black crime. Oh my God. Woo. Hand me my peppermint candy.
The strawberry, not the strawberry candies, the ones.
We used to
Oh, I hate
be
those.
on live with
Man,
this
them
one
so
guy
nasty. I used
named
to try to
Rob
fool. Somebody trying to hand me
called
one of them
Mucho
in church.
Caliente.
I ain't gonna be old. Go over there, pass my joint. Fuck off.
Give me my spitting can.
Ew, Rob. What is that? Oh my god. What the?
That'd be an old, was it cream of corn can with some napkins in it.
Ew. Not no, Rob. No, it don't be napkins. It be a whole bunch of paper towels ripped in half.
There you go. The brownie one too.
Yeah, the thick one.
Yep. And I know all y'all have been in the kitchen stealing my moon pies. Don't say you ain't. I know you have. Been in there.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I got a moon pie right now. I love
hope
moon
you're
I could
pies.
tell y'all, I can't stand moon pie.
The banana ones? Oh my god.
Oh,
See?
Well, I don't like banana.
Yeah, that's a
Tell them from your
consistency thing.
granny.
I'll
I hope you
pass.
choke on it.
I'll pass on those.
no,
I
thank
used to
you.
like them. I used to like snowballs.
Well, I don't like marshmallow. See, I don't like nothing. Let me be
Fluffy
quiet.
Holmes. Little cupcake.
That's only because we had a Wonder Bread store when we was little, and we saw us go get like yeah, we used to go
We
get
used to
that.
The Rainbow
we
Bread
used to
store.
have one of them in Houston too.
Get all that Sara Lee bread.
We still have one in Washington.
But they got taken over by Bimbo.
Who?
It's a little
With the bear?
the polar bear. Yeah,
Oh.
I still go in there because I like their peanut butter sandwiches.
I like the pecan rolls too.
I like their peanut butter sandwiches. That's about it. That Sara Lee bread still hit though.
I get that. I get purely wheat bread. I get that on wheat.
No, but the one with honey and stuff in there.
I get that on wheat. The honey wheat.
Like even when but it's the whole ambience. When you just come around the corner and you smell that fresh baked bread, you like,
Rob, shut the hell up.
It's done. What else they have in there?
I just had road rage and I threw my
Them cinnamon rolls.
coke at somebody and I'm pissed them.
What?
Yeah, somebody like how like the lanes merge, but like you really just like take turns merging the lane. You're not supposed to just jump. The lady like tried to rush to merge the lane with me, and I had like almost flew off the side. So I chased her ass to the light, and I threw my Coca-Cola at her.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I got my kids in the car.
New York. Only in New York.
Road of the
Jeez.
Rage.
Yes,
I
pissed
need
me
you
off.
to be
And
careful,
her
man.
window was cracked a little bit, so I know it's plaster. That satisfied me.
Not dissatisfied.
Pissed me off. I went out to do a little DoorDash, and I just came in the house. I was angry. Successful
I
day.
was angry.
It was a successful day in New York City. La, 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 la. Okay, I got a question if y'all know the answer to this. So you know how like when you go out of work for like maternity leave for the people that didn't know, and like if you get I was getting disability through MetLife while I was out, but they keep sending me mad W-2s. Are they gonna send me a W-2 for like every month from disability? Because I don't know how many I'm waiting for.
They might because they trying to see if you're still working
What's the date
while
on?
receiving it.
Does it give you a date range?
So far I got
Yeah.
3, but I don't see no date on them.
So don't fill it out.
No,
Go to the
it's my
I'm just
W
playing.
two. It's my W-2s
but it's for
for my
disability.
taxes. from disability because I took out
Go
tax
to the
account.
disability, go to the Social Security website and pull it up and see.
Yeah, don't get scammed.
And I'm like, damn, they sending me one every week. I wasn't out that long. I went back to work early.
Yeah, but you don't want somebody in California to have your information and like they have fire damage done to their house.
Yeah, just go to the Social Security
Go to the
website
website.
and pull it up.
You know, people in California about to worry about me having their information. That's what they got to worry about while they giving out loans. I'm just joking.
I've been thinking about it.
I'm just joking, y'all. But they have been doing that up here, using people addresses in LA to apply for those disaster loans.
Right.
Like literally Googling people random addresses in LA and applying for those disaster loans.
Right. I'm shocked and amazed that that happened because I feel like if it was me, that would have been the most water I used a day of my life. I would have been watering the grass. Everything would have been damp. So, Robbie, you wasn't affected? No. They got my house, too.
Yes, why you so loud? I know the neighbors hate to see you coming.
Y'all, I won't say what if we'll do a case next week because I don't know what next week will look like. So we'll
Huh?
just have to see.
Is somebody swimming in the ocean? What the hell is
His
that
wife
noise?
could turn his pot down.
My fault. I turned the water off. Oh, that's me frying chicken strips.
How hot you got the grease?
Right?
I'm turning it down now, Mom.
Turn that bitch down.
It's
Sound
not
like
that it's up
a
high.
Chinese restaurant. All you hear is
No, it's not.
grease.
It's not that it's up high. It's not up high. It's just when I got all the chicken out, I had to mix up the other chicken with the flour. So it's like as soon as I put it in, it's like
Yo, grease is still high as hell.
it's not high. It's just because I just put the chicken in here. Because I had to
That's how
get
it
the
sound.
chicken from the other pot, and then I had to like mix it with the flour, then put it in. So the grease is already hot.
That's how it sound when you call a Chinese restaurant. Come
What you
to
want?
in. You want cheap fried rice?
What you want?
Right.
You hear all the noise in the background. They dropping egg rolls.
So how's the chow mein? Yes.
Chow mein
That's what it
good.
sound like. You doing
Yeah, like you
like
over
your
there.
rock too high.
I don't got. I ain't never been using a wok.
It sound like you are.
Walk them, walk, walk them, walk. Now that's a skillet.
Damn, y'all. TikTok is really about to be gone.
Don't come on here with that foolishness. Don't do
We're
it.
not claiming
I'm
that
sorry.
shit. We already said it.
I just gave up. Like then somebody told me to download that stupid ass Chinese app. Everything in Chinese.
You got to do it through your phone. So you can so most of it'll be in English.
I
You was
don't
the
like
one who
that.
told me to do it.
Yeah, cause somebody told me to do it.
I did
She
it
said,
though.
I ain't listening to TikTok no more.
For real, man. I got on there. I said, what the fuck is this? A Chinese menu?
You don't lie. You don't lie.
It looked just like TikTok though.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, I don't like lemonade. It remind me of Pinterest. Um, I'm not a fan of Instagram. Like I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm
You're
When
not
lost.
gonna
y'all
do
figure it out, let
nothing.
me know because I
I'm
ain't
not
doing
gonna
it.
do nothing because TikTok is not going anywhere.
Girl, TikTok works on the 19th. You called me. Cause I'm gonna be at the top of a bridge.
Not a top of the bridge.
It's not funny though, but I see some people saying they really was like gonna be so depressed without TikTok, like talking about unaliving themselves on here. I'm like, that's really sad.
Oh.
People really like look
Because
forward to
to
stuff
some
on here.
people, TikTok is really all they have. Like this is where they have made
Oh.
their community, a,
Oh.
build a family. Especially the people who use TikTok to that's homeless and they use TikTok to pay bills and stuff like that. Like they really need it.
Well, Crystal, I guess I won't be gallivanting anymore.
Shit, I'll be gallivanting on another app.
I was just gonna say he'll be gallivanting. It just won't
Come
be on
on, girl.
TikTok.
I just got
Wow.
this fucking 16K followers. Like, this is crazy. So, then like it's a petition. You could Google the TikTok ban petition on Google. It's a petition we can sign.
The one
Yeah, I
with
saw that one.
I signed that one like a month ago.
Yeah, they talking about they need 225 million something.
Yo, man. Come on down.
Oh, Lord Jesus, are you kidding me? Huh. Well,
I just know you've been doing the package.
yep. And it's the package that I've been complaining about not getting.
Oh, that was you walking through the gas and so was robbing his chicken.
What happened?
It was in the parcel locker. But it wasn't here when they said it was gonna be here, so I don't care.
You know, I'm ordering every 3 cents that they offer.
Yeah, y'all better hope I don't slow down this hill. Oh, I made it.
Oh, be careful.
I made it.
What you over there doing? That's snow?
That's
snow.
Yeah, you hear it?
Yep.
Yes,
Know her
I
about
hate
it.
it. I hate
Know her
this
about
snow.
it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna miss TikTok. Atlanta made it so better for me though when they got snow. They showed they ass with that snow.
Didn't they?
They did.
Everybody kept
that
sending me
snow.
messages like, "Sis, we got snow. We got snow." I said, "Congratulations, hell, I got it too."
Yeah, y'all can have it.
I don't got no snow.
For real, yeah, y'all
We just
got
got
fire.
fire.
Y'all need some snow.
Right? We're like a caveman. We have
me.
fire.
Why you feel like you are so out of breath?
Good girl, walking down that hill and walking back up and coming up these steps. I'm tired.
Without falling.
Working them thighs. Tell them, baby.
Without falling.
Working them thighs, Kiki. Working them muscles.
I hear you, little girl. Whew, let me go on mute.
Say Dee Dee. Dee.
Hey, Tootie.
Dee. Yeah, she can't see you.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I am all caught up on Love After Lockup now.
I gotta watch that. I see little clips of that. That shit.
Y'all need to watch The Ultimatum, South Africa.
Oh god, it is so good.
What
We
is it
watched
called?
it. It's
It is so good.
The Ultimatum South Africa.
Yes.
What's that about?
Oh god.
You see Nola and that lady? I was like, oh.
Yes.
Don't
What is it on Netflix? Yes, on Netflix.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm sick of fucking Netflix. I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying.
It's really good though.
So that's ooh, speaking of Netflix, I need to call you later, sissy.
Oh Lord.
Thank you. Love you.
I like that one
What you
girl
need,
that
the
laughed a lot.
password?
Yeah. No, it's got
I'll
a
text it to you.
I know. I think
Huh?
say the password.
I like the one girl on there that laughed a lot.
I think so. Thank you for my letter, Crystal. I got it.
Yeah, you welcome, boo. You know I got
Now
you.
I'm gonna send you the utility bills back because I don't want these.
This those have your name on it. Your name.
Gee, you see the part where the dude was like the reunion when he wanted to cry when she wanted to break up with him even though he the one cheated. I was cracking up.
He said,
He's like, why?
I didn't think I was gonna like it. To be honest with you, I really didn't think I was gonna like it.
When I already knew what was gonna happen as soon as I saw it.
But it was fun.
Yeah. And I laughed because I was like, it's not even the white tea people acting crazy.
I know,
Right.
That lady was, she was
What is it? A series?
snooping.
It's
Yeah,
basically like you're bringing your partner and you're giving them the ultimatum whether you're going to be married at the end of the trial or not. And they get to date other people and experience a different relationship to see
and
what's
be married.
in their relationships. And then, all hell breaks loose.
Oh my god.
Sometimes
Thank
they end
you
up
for
messing
telling us,
around and
Kristen.
stuff. It'd be so funny. I want to tell it though.
It be the wigs for me, them lace fronts, Lord Jesus.
Man, in the
Yes.
makeup.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be.
Honey,
If,
why have
I
you been
call them.
here for 2 weeks and you ain't brushed your
I,
hair that one time? It's
I call them
hard.
Oompa Loompas
It's falling out everywhere.
because
Half
their face
it's
don't
all
match their body.
it's
Oh my God. The one that irritated me was the one that was so high and mighty. What's her
The
name?
gold
What's her
digger,
name?
that's the one that
Kenya,
Eh.
yeah, that
Kenya,
had the bad
Oh, she got on
weeds.
my nerves so
the
bad.
gold digger.
Mm.
I thought he was gonna be done when she poured the wine on him. 'Cause I was
Nah,
like,
but
I could
Yeah.
it
never.
was it was
I would have
bad.
been done. Get out of my bed! I don't want you in my bed with her all on you. What are you talking about? Are you
I'm mad that
serious?
you got the
Are you
dialect down to a
are you
T.
serious? The thing about Kenya that a lot of people don't seem to
Oh
understand
God,
is
yeah.
she has a
Oh Lord. It's just like I
Y'all,
read
that's
that
how
all
he
over
sound
again.
for real. That is
Oh
exactly the
man.
way he sound.
How you turn
Same thing
down?
with her. He
I
got
would
her
like to
voice down
apologize
too.
What you smelling here?
because
What's wrong with you?
she has a very good heart. But I
Nah.
think at times people don't really get to see that. They
Nobody
just
ain't
see
seen
how
that
she
yet.
reacts and
But
then they
that
think
bad
about
now.
her based upon her reactions. But I feel like this experience lets me know that she can very well be a very good mother. And she's like, yeah, that's why I did it because I want you to be a mother first. So that's why I want to get married. So then I'm like, okay, let me have my baby.
Oh, but did you see what was
Rob.
it? Truth or Lie?
Uh-uh.
You didn't
I
watch
haven't
it?
seen that either.
Oh God, you gotta watch
Uh-uh.
it. It's good.
I love
If you
Ultimatum
like
and I
the
love.
ultimatum South Africa, then you
Um,
gonna love Truth or Lie. You will.
wait, have y'all seen Ultimatum Queer Love?
Oh
I can't
yeah,
watch it.
it was hard. It was hard to watch. I ain't gonna lie, it was
I
hard.
can't watch
She
it.
is so dirty on there.
It was tough. It was a hard
What
watch.
her Yuli did her so dirty.
I said, "Now, you know what? Everybody can.
You they so dirty. I was like, that's cold. She fell in love with the girl, then lied. I was like, mm. And they can't say nothing about dudes. This all women. I was
Yeah,
like,
all women. And when I tell
mm.
you they just as dirty and grimy as men.
I ain't gonna say yes because there was no men on there. It was all women. I was like,
That's dirty.
mm.
That's right. Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Yuli is so wrong.
Oh, yeah. Sure got
And
this
that black lady,
package.
she looked cool. She looked cool. Oh, whatchamacallit was wrong too. The
I'm gonna
one that
let
was
y'all have
with
this
Yuli,
conversation because I ain't even see it.
Crystal, the one that was with Yuli,
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
but
I mean, like, she
her
was mad
partner,
cool.
her partner Brian. You know what? She shocked me because I thought she was built differently than she was.
I didn't. She was showing signs. She was. Like,
I
every
didn't
episode, a
until
little bit of peek through.
I
I
couldn't tell until when they went to the beach, and I was like, "Wait a minute, I didn't know that."
was like, how? How could you not know that?
Bro, I know I did it because it was like all the way up. I was just like, she get on my nerves and her fake laugh. I was like, this.
Yeah, that's why I
She
said
was
it
at
was
the
a hard
beach.
watch for me. I watched it nonetheless, but it was still hard.
When she was at the beach, I was like, wait a minute.
It's like, yeah, it's a show, just
Is
showing.
my eyes deceiving me?
Nope. No, they were not.
I don't drink coffee, but I'll take some non-fat latte milk in this one.
No, I just wanted to
Hmm.
scratch out my eyeballs.
I was like, wait a minute. But I knew she was gonna be crying because she didn't even want to be with the.
This is just like,
She
wow.
didn't even want her until She felt like she was finna lose her, and I was like,
Yeah, all of a sudden.
They act like dudes only do this.
Oh no, it was her.
I ain't gonna say Rob then took over. Never mind. What happened to Chi?
She had to get down.
She had to get that.
With her bad self.
Yes, ma'am. Can I do the lady?
Oh no, who? Oh,
You're right.
I was like, who trying to?
Hello, little
Huh?
lady.
I had got a call.
Hmm.
Oh, you want to be a part of it too?
Well, what you did,
Oh.
Rob?
What?
You didn't kick the back out.
Huh?
No,
I did what?
I thought she said I had got a call.
No, I was echoing.
She said, "Oh,
Oh.
oh."
Well, I ain't did nothing.
Hmm.
Cha-cha.
Who the hell is Cha-Cha?
You ready to go?
See
She
that
said
damn
no, cha-cha.
that red note sending me notifications in Japanese.
But you can read.
I can't even read.
Because it's only 3 people I don't mess with. And that's the I, the aura, and the S.
Yeah, tell them to say yeah.
Set It Off is a good movie.
No more banana cookies.
It's a classic.
I need that money.
I cannot. Oh my god.
You know what? You right. You my girl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Who waved at me?
Mama, be quiet.
That's a good movie. It's funny. I decided I'm not going to go to college. What?
Say it one more time, Robs.
What? I need that money. Some like you know what? This is why I had a bad time in my grandma's school because some people have an ugly crying face, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to be serious. But some people's face when they cry look like when you push your knuckles down on the moon pie on the bottom part. I'm like, ah, look at it, so
You're
I
so
need that
mean.
money.
Shut the hell up, Rob.
Stupid.
Everybody
Milo,
know
what
that
you
part.
talking about over there, girl?
If I was on camera,
You said what?
I wouldn't say nothing. I just mean
I'm saying what
I
she
get my
talking
2
about. I can hear
fingers
her talking.
and I tap my chest.
Some Sesame Street. Like a
Do you
robot.
recognize